Alright guys, welcome to Custom NHL Builds. This is the series where I build actual NHL players in EASHL. This week I'm going to be building Sharks D-man Brent Burns. So Burns has been one of the best goal-scoring D-men of his era, notably flirting with 30 goals 2 seasons in a row just a few seasons ago, and now at age 35 he's actually placed himself at 20th all-time for goals by a defenseman. The dilemma with this build for me was making it a big defenseman with the offensive tools to match Brent Burns. So at 6'5", 230 pounds, he's huge. He's just way too big to build as an offensive defenseman. You can build him as a two-way D-man, but then his shooting skills are then lacking just a little bit. So I had to get a little creative. I've seen other players use grinders or power forwards on defense, and Burns actually briefly played as a forward, so I figured why not build him as a power forward. The shot is pretty much as good as you can get it for a player his size, so it actually works out perfectly. The slap shot is already a little better than the wrister, so I went with quick wrister 1 as the primary trait, just to slightly boost the wrister and then only slightly bring down the slapper. A player Burns' size is always going to be really slow, so I gave him quick first step 2 as a secondary trait to boost that acceleration a little bit. And lastly, I went with One Time Wonder as the specialty to give just a little boost to the slap shot that I took some points away from earlier. What we're left with is a defenseman who's a total beast. Not only can he easily rack up double-digit hits each game, but they're extremely violent hits that can easily down and injure. Without the puck, he can defend his corners and in front of the net. He can force turnovers in the neutral zone or apply pressure with a good pinch in the offensive zone. With the puck, he's like a strong running back, just plowing right through defenders and often keeping the puck with that 87 puck control rating. The shot is also outstanding for a defender. The slapper's a bomb, especially on those one-timers. It can definitely be a little inaccurate from time to time, especially from distance, but it's always heavy. The wrister is also a good tool for scoring through screens and scoring in tight on goaltenders. I'd say the skating is probably the biggest issue with this build. You have to rely on basically perfect positioning with this build because if you get caught flat-footed, you can almost never catch up with the play. Sometimes this requires you to not keep as tight a gap as you otherwise could if you were a better skater. The hands are also pretty bad, but I will say the puck control helps a lot. I scored some of the nicest goals I've ever scored with this build, but at the same time, windmill dekes and other simple dekes fail pretty commonly. Like I said before, his size is useful in the defensive zone, but it also helps him block shots and disrupt plays, and that long reach makes for a great last resort when he gets beat slightly. Overall, this is a great build. The skating definitely takes a little getting used to, but the great thing is that when you have the puck, it's really hard for the other team to get it back from you. You can just put that big body between defenders and the puck, dance at the blue line, find the open man, step up, work from the corners, and those smaller guys aren't going to be able to bump you off the puck. If you do happen to get bumped off the puck by one of the larger players, you can use that puck control a lot of times just to pick it right back up and keep grinding. So this is the build for guys that want to play as a big guy on defense, but they don't want all the negative offensive attributes that naturally come with the two-way D-man or the defensive D-man. I was able to have success in both 6s and 3s, so he's really slow to most guys you see in 3s, but the great thing is you can just obliterate those little skaters and they'll have a really hard time taking the puck from you too. He's really good for 6s because there's less space for puck carriers. You can rack up those hits and also put on big shots from the blue line. Anyway guys, that's my Brent Burns build. This one was pretty highly requested, so let me know what other players you'd like me to make, and I'll do my best to get to work on those. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one.